I think this is one of the best instructional changes I've ever made in my teaching career, and I've been teaching for a long, long time.
We've got a lot of kids at our school that are from EAL background, and it was really important that we identified how we could best help these children, but also everyone within our school. We wanted to make sure that we were having high impact instructional strategies, across F to 6.
I plan my lessons following the explicit instruction model of I do, we do, you do. So it starts with the I do phase where I model what is expected to the students. Time to model our paragraph now. So remember, I'm going to do mine first on the board about my river, which is one that you haven't done. And then we'll do one together, and then you'll go off and do it by yourself. And then we move into the we do stage where we co-construct everything together. It allows for corrective feedback and then to see positively how to do it together. Okay, can you all read out my topic sentence, please? So this time you're helping me create one. What do I do in my topic sentence? Sophie, what goes in a topic sentence? It then ends with the you do stage where they can then go off and do it independently, confidently as well. And that gradual release allows for them to build their confidence. So when I prepare for the lessons, I look and review all the content that we're going to teach. And then I break that down and look at what the lesson goal might be. And then I build up a word bank for vocabulary and come up with some checking for understanding questions to allow for differentiation. And then I discuss what kind of prior learning might need to be happened before we then go into the lesson as well. And that allows me to review and check, make sure that everything is structured correctly. I then use that to anticipate what the students might need help with and what can help them build from there. Now, your turn. So independently, you are going to do the exact same that we just did. You're going to come up with your topic sentence on your whiteboards first though, and then we can go back to our tables and do that. I employ a lot of different teaching practices, including a lot of engagement norms as well. So a lot of cold calling so that the students don't know whether they're going to be asked, which expects them all to be engaged. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Okay, Malia, can you give me a suggestion, please?
All living things rely on the...
A lot of turning and talking and think, pair, shares, which allows them to hear each other's answers and try and work together to build what they would want to answer it with. Can you turn to the person next to you and come up with a topic sentence for me, please? And then a lot of tracking with me reading aloud and choral responses, and then a lot of whiteboard usage as well to get them to be able to see and structure out their answers and everything. And then I also do a lot of checking for understanding through a lot of questions. Okay, our second supporting detail, who can tell me what it could be? Lucas?
Catchment area size.
And then that's their choral responses and also their think, pair, shares and what their answers are on their whiteboards as well. Concluding sentence, please. Explicit instruction is making a difference for all the students and building their confidence in their own abilities.
Explicit instruction in our classrooms at SJV is a gradual release of responsibility. A model that we follow in Foundation is an I do, we do, you do together and you do independently model. Okay, Foundation L, today we are learning about a new phoneme and we are going to start with our learning intention. So ears listening, track with me, tracking fingers out. We are learning about a new phoneme. Can we read together? We are learning about a new... So this allows students to watch the teacher model the learning and the expectations of the task. We then practice as a whole class with the teacher involved in the practice. And then we allow the students to have a go still as a whole class so they feel that they do have that guidance around them still. Now we're going to do this one together. Okay, so let's say the word. I'm going to say the word to you. Hog. 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 Sound it out. Og. This gives the teacher an opportunity to check for understanding and provide immediate feedback to our students to correct any misconceptions that might be happening during the lesson. We then give the students the opportunity to practice independently at their tables. So they go off to their tables, they've learnt the skills that they need, and they independently practice their skills at their table. So throughout our lessons, we make many adjustments to address the diverse needs in our classroom. We mainly focus during phonics lessons on our students' ability to process and retain the information. So this might look like providing students with more time to complete an activity. It might look like giving students more exposure to the phoneme that we're learning about. Or it might look like giving students alternative materials such as magnetic letters to be able to form the words. This is an opportunity for students to have a reduced cognitive load by taking away the element of writing and providing them with materials such as magnetic letters to make the words. Our focus during a phonics lesson is the phoneme, so we want students to build a strong foundation of their sounds, and by using the magnetic letters, it will remove that load for them to be able to still engage in the lesson successfully. A consistent approach has been supported at our school through various ways. We've had many PDs about explicit instruction, which has been very beneficial for teachers, not only to learn what explicit instruction is, but also to learn how to implement it effectively in our classroom. We have collaborative planning sessions, which are really beneficial to us as teachers, as we're able to share our knowledge. We're able to work together to create effective, concise and consistent lessons and teaching approaches for our students, so that all students are available to the same teaching methods. We also have peer observations, which have been really supportive. So we go off to other classrooms, we observe our peers as teachers, we provide feedback to our peers, we also learn new skills and new ways that we can use engagement norms in our classroom that we may not have thought of. And this has really helped us to build a foundation for our explicit instruction methods in our classrooms. I'm going to say the sound, and then you're going to have a go at saying the sound.
It was really important to us that staff understood the what and the how of the changes we were implementing. So we really invested in professional development for staff. A lot of that was run by our curriculum leaders through our professional learning meetings. However, we also outsourced some professional learning as well from experts in the field. We
started with our foundation. It just seemed to be the best place to start. We had enthusiasm. We had these young kids coming into a school. We wanted to give them the best opportunities. Once that started to embed, we ensured that we had resources to help it, really take off. So it was spending, prioritising our resources. And then we made sure we got it into the 1-2s. And other staff members were starting to think, yeah, I can see some value in this. This is going to work. We wanted to take it slowly, but our 1-2s were terrific, and then it started to take off.
Part of our rollout was to really have a look at our assessment plan and our assessment schedule. We had to revise a lot of the assessments that we were previously undertaking to align them with our current practices. We really wanted staff to have a good idea of if the changes they were implementing were working, and also have an accurate measure of student progress. The assessments we currently use cover all aspects of the reading model. So we look at the DIBELS testing for phonics and word reading. We also have the Heggertys for phonological awareness. And in terms of language comprehension, we also look at the cubed narrative language measures as well. So those assessments are used both to track progress, but also as a screening at the beginning of the year. So based on those assessments, we're able to identify students who are at risk of falling behind in the area of literacy. And then with that data, the teachers are able to use responsive teaching to provide extra support within the classroom, and if needed, Tier 2 or Tier 3 interventions as well. In the area of numeracy, we're using LFIN testing to identify students at risk. We use that in F through 2 to measure student progress and also identify students who may be at risk in falling behind in the area of numeracy.
Being high EAL, we have a number of students that probably come to our school, not having a lot of English, but I feel that the value added as well, when we ever look at our value add, that's really improved and developing. So that's really important to note that as well.
The most profound impact on teacher practice and student learning has been building staff capacity. So it's really important that teachers are aware of the changes that we've made and the research behind them, because classroom teachers are a school's most valuable resource. So it's really important that we invested in our most valuable resource, the classroom teachers, because they're the ones that are actually rolling out this plan. We prioritise resources, meeting times and extra support for those teachers so that they could improve their practice. And then in turn, it improves student learning outcomes.
Change is hard, so there are people who were really willing to take it on straight away, and then there were others who were reluctant, which is always what happens with change. So we focused on those people that were happy to change and got them to filter it out to their colleagues.
We need to have low variance from class to class. We want to make sure that whatever we're doing in one class, we're also being able to do in another class, and that all children are able to access and have positive outcomes and progress through the way that the teachers are delivering the curriculum. And I think this is happening far more, so we're really happy about that part.